What's up, buckaroonies? I'm just back here. Your own buddy friend and McMackling and all that good stuff. McMackle stirring, I don't even know. So, what I decided to do with this village now that I found it is probably expand it. And I've already planted a couple of oak saplings over there. But I'm gonna go beat the progeny out of these nearby trees because I think these might yield much larger trees than the oak saplings that I picked up. But then again, I think it's kind of unique to each biome. I don't really know how it works because this one's kind of normal size, but then this one's like ginormous. And the only other type of oak tree variation that I know of are dark oaks, but those are much, much different than these. So, if anything, like if I plant some down and then just wait for them to naturally just grow up to their full potential, whatever it might be, because every tree's a little different, it might yield different results. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about like something that my mom did recently. So ever since I moved up here to Oregon, haven't really been very very good about like keeping tabs on people and like communication and all those things. Not that I really keep tabs because that's kind of creepy to me, just kind of keeping your eye on a person. Like I understand if it's like a passing update status that you see every once in a while. It's like, oh, good for that person, they're like getting along with their life, or oh, that sucks, they're going through like a rough patch. But then like actually actively keeping tabs on a person, like keeping up with them and other things, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Anyways, I'm not the best with communication, like texting and all that. I sometimes forget to text back. Like I sometimes think that I text back, but and then my brain gets it in its own like weird bulbous organism structures and all that stuff that I had actually replied to the person when I merely only thought about it, but it says, hey, I at least thought about it, so therefore it must be true. So that's obviously not true. So I sometimes end up like not texting back for days, and then sometimes when I'm like, hey, how come this person hasn't been talking to me, turns out it was kind of like my turn to give a response. And plus sometimes when I do respond, my responses aren't really the type of responses to like keep a conversation going. Like I've been trying to get better at it, but a person can only have so much energy to do stuff. So yeah, I don't even know where I'm going with this. It's freaking St. Patrick's Day. That's all I can say. I think it's St. Patrick's Day. It's the 17th of March, right? Like 2 days ago it was the Ides of March. Like literally when I saw that it was the 15th over at work, I was like, oh hey, it's Caesar Day, because Ides of March are most known for when Caesar was betrayed by the council some or other and was stabbed, I think up to 27 times, 42, I have no idea, but he was stabbed a lot of times. And then there was a text post saying, man, like I bet Caesar really regrets like bring your dagger to work day and all that stuff, approving of it and all that jazz. So yeah, anyways, back to my mom. Yeah, and me moving up here to Oregon, she had sent a care package maybe about like a week and a half ago. But since my sister and I both work, like during the day hours when the post office and all those delivery services are like active and all that stuff, we missed it a couple times. So my sister ended up having to pick it up from UPS itself, like their office. And she had sent us like 4 cans of this type of coffee called Don Francisco, and my sister used to drink that stuff like all the time when she was like still getting her bachelor's or master's, I don't even know what. But anyways, like I hadn't drinking that stuff in so long, but my sister buys and grinds her own coffee beans, so obviously that stuff is a little bit more higher quality. And when she made a cup of Don Francisco, she realized, just from lack of drinking it for a while, like that it tasted kind of cheaper than she remembered, and it tasted a little too sweet because she kind of has this diet sort of thing, low carb and all those things, which is very restrictive on like how many calories she can eat like every day. It's really weird, and I don't understand it, but if it's the way she wants to live, then whatever, as long as she's healthy, I guess. But anyways, enough introspection about other people's lifestyles. Like, I made myself a cup, and it was, like, the best cup. But then again, I used, like, 50 million grams of sweetened creamer, because I love Coffee Mate. And I think I already talked about this, but my sister had gotten a caramel macchiato coffee mate from Target. But unfortunately, I didn't go to Target. I went to another supermarket type place and instead got myself a caramel vanilla. And it was just as good, you know? Because I'm not very picky about what I like. Well, actually, I'm kind of particular about what I like. But when it comes to coffee mate, you know, if it's good, it's good. And I will love it. Which is pretty vague, you know, because sometimes when a person asks me, hey, what do you want, I'll just be like, oh, whatever's good. But then it's like, what's good by your standards, though? It's just like, and then I have to explain, and then I over elaborate, and then things get awkward. But as my friend said one time, or actually on multiple occasions, it's only awkward if you make it awkward. So I just kind of try to like roll with the punches, go with the flow, all those things like Queens of the Stone Age, and then collide with an oncoming car that's supposed to symbolize like coitus, I think. I forget. Like the music video for Go With The Flow by Queens of the Stone Age is a very interesting one. Like I love the style of it. You know, kind of like the black what do they call it? Like a flat color. You know, where it's all one single color, but like when you suggest, you know, the idea of a form, of a shape, you know, with movement and all that stuff, like a silhouette, that's like one of my favorite things. You know, like I'm going to use another example, you know, like the Beatles in their earlier photography back when it was only black and white, and during their earlier years when they would wear suits and stuff. A lot of the times, because their suits were really dark and they would wear like black turtlenecks or turtlenecks of a very dark color, and, you know, just being black and white and everything kind of like meshes together and all that stuff. A lot of times it kind of seemed like they were wearing like a single black bodysuit kind of thing, you know. And I thought it was really cool because you could still kind of like see the suggestion of a form underneath. And I think because I took a still life class, you know, having to look at the model's body and then try to put it down on a paper and still try to like capture the depth and the mass of this body in front of you and all that stuff, you know, just kind of gave me more of an appreciation for those kinds of styles, I guess. You know, I'm just kind of like talking out of my butt right now, but I have a pretty big butt, so I'm going to talk a lot. I don't know why I said that. It just came to mind and I said it. Did I mention that it's St. Patrick's Day? Because it is. So my work actually has a uniform, you know, of just like the standard white shirt and dark colored dress pants and all that stuff, shinable shoes, but they didn't really say much about like undershirts. Actually, it said if you wear a shirt underneath your white shirt or equivalent, it can't have a print or anything. It has to be like solid, or it has to be, I don't even know what. But anyways, I use thermals because it gets pretty cold at times, you know, because it's still technically winter, I believe. I don't know when it becomes spring. It probably already became spring and I'm just like out of the loop. But anyways, I'm wearing a green thermal today because I don't want people touching me, you know, because there are some people that are like way into the whole like touching others, you know, in the name of St. Patty's and all that stuff, you know, that aspect. And it's pretty much a no-go for me. Like, if I don't know you, don't touch me, you know? If I'm not in the mood, don't even look at me. I don't even know. But, you know, I'm in the realm of customer service and all those things. Oh, I got an apple. Nice. I'm gonna put that away. So, yeah, I'm in like customer service and all those things, so having to deal with people is kind of what I have to do. But hey, I think it's kind of strengthening social skills and all those things, you know, just trying to find solutions to like the most mundane requests and all that jazz. I don't even know why I'm wandering around. I'm probably trying to find like a secret cavern with like all sorts of treasures inside. Not that cavern, but there are lots of sheep and stuff, and I'm pretty much just, I think I'm waiting for the trees to grow so that I can collect the wood and then expand that village, because as you saw, that village is pretty much pitifully small and tiny. Just look at it. It like barely even has any torches, so I'm going to have to get the iron I collected from the how do they call him? The smith, the smither dude, the Will Smith guy. And oh hey, one already grew. But yeah, I'm gonna have to make a couple of pickaxes, so I think that's what I was like going for from my last episode, which was put up I think like sometime last night. But yeah, I wanted to keep this episode short and sweet, you know, just kind of like talk about really silly things and stuff, because it's kind of a good outlet. Like, it may be therapeutic, but it's not therapy, you know. Like, eventually I'm gonna have to talk with a licensed individual and all that stuff, and I have before, and it has helped immensely those couple of sessions I've been to. Game Grumps, I'm gonna drop a couple of names because I do follow their channel, like, and I do watch their episodes on the daily. They're playing like a Zelda game of some sorts. I mean, I played the 3DS version when it came out because my friend let me borrow it. It was pretty fantastic, but the water temple like kicked my butt. And it took me a couple days to like get through. But anyways, they were talking about how going to therapy and like seeking medical help when needed is, very important, and it can actually be very beneficial to one, despite the whole stigma of, like seeking help means that you're weak and you can't handle your own things. And believe me, I've been struggling with that for so many years. The whole idea that you have to resolve your own problems on your own, and if you're incapable, then you can't do it at all, like you're not good, you're not up to snuff, or I think that's the saying, but if it isn't, my bad, but you know what I mean, right? Like, it's not bad to ask for help once in a while, because sometimes something is like way too much for one person to handle, even for like people that seem to have it all, figured out. It's okay if something is overwhelming, because it might just be overwhelming in general, even for the like the toughest, most like level-headed individual, even they get frustrated once in a while. They just have a good poker face, I guess. Like, I try to be, pretty polite and calm and nice with everyone, try to treat them equally, but if someone's like mean to me, even in like passing or even like slightly chastising of me, I'm gonna be hella critical of myself for like the rest of the day, and I might even wake up sick the day after. Oh, more beetroots, nice. So that's just a little personal thing from me, like, it's really hard for me to open up to others. But this one time when I did, I felt leagues better afterwards. Sure, it kind of threw me out of the loop because, like Zuko from Avatar: Last Airbender, the moment I do one good deed, my body, like, doesn't know what to do. It's just like, holy frick, like, you've only been doing so many bad decisions. Like, you did this one good decision. I don't know what to do with myself. And so I pass out for a couple days, and then I die, and then I come back to live once more, I guess. Not like kind of the Mad Max Fury Road kind of sense, live, die, and live again. Nah, I'm not on that level of crazy just yet. But anyways, enough about me. I hope you have a good day. If it isn't a good day, treat yourself to a little something. And to meet you next time, I really hope you do. Bye. Yeah.